Clumsy there. Hi. Welcome to Otaku Horror Stories with Dita Swanson. So, today's story is from an anime called Kaiden Restaurant, and the story is called Whose Coat Is This? It is written by Shoji Yanemura and is animated by the studio Toei Animation. It starts off with this girl Anko in her home with her little brother Bunta and her mom. Her mom's making dinner and they hear a knock at the door. So Anko, like a good little daughter, decides to go to the door and answer and see who it is, only to find out no one is at the door. Only a rainstorm, which is not a person. When she closes the door, she turns around and sees a bunch of muddy footprints along the carpet. So when the mom sees it, she scolds her. She says, "Hey, why are you making this dirty footprints in my house? And you know I gotta clean that." So Uncle's like, "Mom, it wasn't me. I don't even have shoes on." So she looks over to Bunta. His name is way too close in Spanish to something else. Anyway, she looks over to Bunta. He's like, "Mom, I didn't do it. I wasn't even in the hallway." That's my little baby. Hi, Daddy. My baby cat. So Bunta's like, "Mom, I wasn't even around. That couldn't have been me." So she side him. She's like, "I don't know. You kids seem like there's somebody did it." Dad comes home and he's like, "Oh, it smells great." He comes in, he's ready to take off his jacket, just let it loose. And then he goes to hang up his jacket only to find that there's already a giant brown oversized coat there. So he's like, "Honey, whose coat is this?" And she just looks shocked. She's like, "I don't know whose coat that is." "Boy." She looks over to Bunta and Bunta's like, "Mom, it wasn't me. Stop thinking things were me. It wasn't me." She goes, "Were you in the trash, playing around, messing with things, bringing things home, hanging them up?" She's just like, "It's so sure it is this messy little boy." He's like, "Mom, it wasn't me." So Dad's like, "That's strange." Anyway, the wife's like, well, throw it out, please, because I don't want trash in my house." Right before he bags up the coat to throw it out, they look over. The house dog is just laying on it, all comfortable. He's attached to the jacket already. He lifts the dog up, puts it in the bag, and they discard it. So that night, there's this raging storm, and it sounded horrible. So the next day, they're thinking, that storm must have caused chaos. They look outside, their garden is in impeccable shape. Not a single flower out of bed, and then the neighborhood is trashed. But in front of their house, right at the end of the block, it's completely clean. So they're wondering, wow, that's strange. How did we happen to get missed by the storm? So it's morning and the dad's like, "Oh, I have to hurry to work. Where are my keys? I can't find my keys. I'm going to be late catching the bus." And so the wife's like, "I don't know where your keys are. You usually have them here." Finally, after minutes and minutes and minutes of looking for them, he finds his keys. And now he's rushing, saying he hopes he doesn't miss the bus. And he runs out of the door, leaves it wide open. And now the kids are getting ready to leave for school. And on their way out, the dad runs out. He knocks over umbrellas. And so the kids look back and they're like, I think we should take our umbrellas with us. Okay. So they pick up the umbrellas, fix the can that knocked over. I might be assuming that knocked them over. They pick them up, they close the door, they're on their way to school. On their way, it begins to rain. And they're like, "Wow, we're so glad we just brought our our umbrellas." And then the dad, who's running to catch his bus, makes it as the bus is just leaving. So the dad makes it to the bus stop and misses his bus. So now he's upset. He's like, "Gosh darn, now I gotta wait for the next bus. I'm gonna be late for work. It's fine." The next bus comes. He gets on the bus, and as he's driving down the road, he sees that the first bus that he missed got into a horrible accident. Yeah, he missed that completely. Just saved. And he's thinking, wow, if I hadn't misplaced my keys, I could have not just only missed work or been late. I could have been in a horrible accident. That's one lucky, coincidence. As the kids are in school, the mom's at home. She's, raging around the house, talking about how she wants things clean. And she trips at the top of the stairs. As she's falling down, luckily, there are just pillows laid across the stairs. And she has this beautiful and gracious soft fall. The only thing she can think of is, did that little boy take all my pillows and put them all over the stairs playing around? Instead of realizing, You could have broken your neck. But I digress. So Anko, the young girl, she's at school and she's talking to her friend Sho, telling him about all these weird coincidences and about this weird brown coat. And he goes, well, there are these spirits out there, and they're called Zashiki Warashi. I had to butcher that the first time. Anyway. He tells her that they're these house spirits and they're usually children. She goes, well, I don't think these are children's spirits in my house because there's a big brown coat. Definitely belongs to like some big guy, you know? Sho goes, well, there's this Slavic elderly man spirit that is known for protecting house when they are staying there for a while. They just comes into the home, protects it for a while, and then just disappears. And so she wonders, that brown coat could belong to a spirit of a big older man. So when she gets home later that day, the mom is just upset. She's like, this brown coat that's been in the garbage, that I know I've seen it thrown out, is now back inside and the dog keeps sleeping on it. I want it out. I want it away. I don't like these weird coincidences. I'm like, what's going on? Just get rid of this coat. And the husband comes in and he's like, okay, dear, you're upset. I'll get rid of this coat. In fact, I'll go burn it. She says, I'm going with you to insist that it is burnt. And so the kids join along. And again, it's another rainy night. They're driving in their car down this dark road. It's hard to see. The storm is bad. On this road that's sort of on a cliff, out comes around the corner a truck. And its high beams are on. The dad can barely see. So they start honking at each other. And he rolls down his window, I believe, to I guess, try to get better visibility. The coat flies out and lands on the headlight of the truck, causing the truck to swerve and get out of the way so there's no huge scary collision. And so the dad pulls over, the truck pulls over, and everybody's safe, but everybody's still in shock. And Anko gets out and she looks, and the man in the truck's like, wow, that's so scary. I can't believe what almost just happened. The husband's like, yeah, that's so weird. Looks in the back seat and goes, where's the coat? And then Anko notices the coat was on the headlight of the truck and it flies off into the sky. And she begins to smile and realize that must have been the Slavic elderly man spirit protecting her family. And as it's floating in the sky in the wind in this rainstorm, it kind of billows out, you know, the arm of the coat kind of waves and says goodbye. And she smiles, and that's the end of the story. Whose coat is this? It was just a really nice, kind of a sweet but spooky story, and I thought it'd be great to share it. Now, if you have ever experienced anything like this, or if you believe it's all phooey, let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we have more stories and more posts coming up. So that concludes today's story. I would like to thank you for joining me on Otaku Horror Stories with Dieter Swanson. You know what that sound is yet, but it's spooky. Bye.
Don't you want a rematch?
Shinobi Beats.